I am not a coordinated person. But recently I somehow managed to learn how to juggle 3 balls, or the 3-ball cascade if you want to sound more technical. And I can do that semi-decently. But then I thought, that's not very interesting, is it? Surely I can take this further. That's why today I will be trying to learn 10 crazy juggling tricks in 10 minutes. And just a warning, if you came here looking for professional juggling, you're in the wrong spot. Some of the tricks I'll be trying to learn today will be a little more serious than others. Okay, let's just get into the first trick. And since I have 10 minutes to learn 10 tricks, I will only have 60 seconds to learn each one. Just a disclaimer, I will edit some parts of my practice out because otherwise it would get too repetitive. I mean, who wants to just sit there and watch me doing the same thing for an entire minute? But I promise I'm not cheating and editing out any extra time I spent learning it. The challenge is to learn each of these in 60 seconds and I'm going to stick to it. Sound impossible? Well, maybe. But there's only one way to find out. The first trick I will be trying to learn today is actually a more serious juggling one. But if you're not interested in this, make sure to stick around because I promise some of these get a lot sillier. And also, if you are interested in this sort of thing, there will be a few more like this, so, you know, you could stick around too. Anyway, this one is called Sky High, and it's basically a variation on the traditional 3-ball cascade, which is just the generic juggling. Except every couple of throws, you throw one really high up, and then you hold the others while you wait for it to come down, and then you continue the pattern like normal, but every so often you throw one up really high. It's just the same one that I've already, I was going to say mastered, but I really haven't. It's the same one I've already attempted, but just with a little extra throw every now and then. Time to try it out. And my time starts now. Alright, this shouldn't be too difficult. I'm trying to get into the normal rhythm, and then eventually I just have to throw one of them higher than the others. It's a bit messy, but it's working. Okay, I think I can do this. Oh no. Maybe not. Alright, come on, I've got this. Just juggle normally, then throw one of them higher. There we go. I don't know if I'm quite doing that right, but close enough. And that is time up. Well, that wasn't too tricky. A nice, simple, sensible one to start us off with. And it's all downhill from here. The next trick I'll be trying is not so much a juggling technique, it's just me being a bit weird. Instead of juggling with, you know, juggling balls like you're supposed to, I will be attempting to juggle an apple, an onion, and a potato. Why? I have no idea. Well, no, that's not true. I thought it would be fun and challenging and... yeah, actually, now that I think about it, I don't know why I thought this was a good idea. But now that I've claimed this food for myself anyway, might as well try and juggle it. I'm very scared that I'm going to ruin this food and possibly my room as well, so I'll have to try and be careful not to drop them too much. This will also be extra difficult because while juggling balls are all a similar size, weight, and shape, these are more irregularly shaped, plus they're different weights, so I'll have to throw some harder than others. Alright, that's enough talking. It's time to try and juggle some food. And my time starts now. Oh. Well, it sort of worked. They're so heavy. I'm scared I'm going to drop them and ruin them. This is terrifying. Oh, that's going to be very bruised. My potato! This is going surprisingly well, other than, well, the few times I've dropped them quite badly. It's really tricky to keep them going when they're all different weights. But I think I've got the hang of this now. Or maybe not. And that is time. They should be fine for people to eat later. Well, that was actually fairly successful. I didn't make too much of a mess, and I managed to keep them in the air for a while. By the way, if you're enjoying this video, why not subscribe and hit that bell icon? I'm Elena, and here on the Etypical channel, you'll find heaps more challenges, experiments, and more fun videos like this one. Although they'll probably involve a lot less juggling, which is probably a good thing. And if you're already subscribed, thanks! So, what's next? Surely something sensible, right? Wrong. No, it's not anyone's birthday. The next trick I'll be trying to do is juggling with balloons. But that's not all. In the 60 seconds, I'll actually have to blow them up and tie them up before I can juggle with them. And given that it usually takes me ages to tie up balloons, I'm not sure I'm actually going to have any time to juggle them. But we'll see how it goes. This should be fun. So I've got to blow up the balloons and juggle them in just 1 minute, and that minute starts now. Oh, I've never been good at tying up balloons. Finally, that's one. Ugh, that's two. I'm going to spend the whole time just blowing up balloons. And finally, three. Now I've just got to juggle them. I didn't really think this through. Oh, this isn't going to work. They're too bouncy. Oh, I honestly thought this one would be really easy. Oh no. I've got time for one more. Time's up. Well, after that disappointment, I'm feeling a bit deflated. Time to try something more sensible. The next trick I'll be trying to learn is a proper juggling technique. It's called Claymotion. No, not like the movies, that's Claymotion. And what it seems to involve is holding two balls in one hand, one in the other, and then you sort of pass this middle ball from hand to hand while just moving these ones up and down. I don't know, it's supposed to be easier than regular juggling, but then again, I do only have 1 minute to learn it, so I'm not sure if that'll be possible. I can't wait to give it a try, so let's start. My time starts now. So I've just got to start with... Wait, no, hang on, I have to throw them into this hand. Just one of them, okay. That's a good start. I think I've got the basics down. So, seems like the final step, which will hopefully make it look a little bit better, is to move the hand with the ball that's not being thrown up and down in time with the ones that are being thrown, so it'll sort of create the illusion that that one's moving as well. Ooh. Right, that's trickier than I thought it would be. Yeah, I don't think this looks as cool as I hoped it would, but I have managed to learn it in 1 minute. Alright, I reckon Claymotion was a bit too easy. It's time for more of a challenge. Trying to juggle with normal sized juggling balls is difficult enough, but how about trying to juggle with something really small? Okay, so I technically don't have really tiny juggling balls, but I figured marbles would be close enough. Plus it'll be extra difficult because, well, they're pretty solid. So yeah, my next challenge will be to see if I can learn to juggle marbles in 60 seconds, and hopefully not break anything in the process. And that minute starts now. Oh, wow, okay, this is a lot trickier than it probably looks. I can get 2 or 3 throws in, but then they sort of start going everywhere. I don't know how I'm supposed to control them. This is... Whoops. As I was saying, this is sort of working. Okay, I've managed to get these going a bit now, that's good. And that is the minute. Well, I managed to juggle some marbles, sort of, without breaking anything, so that's a win in my books. Okay, I've had more than enough now of trying to juggle tiny little balls back to the normal ones. The next trick I'll be trying is a technique called columns, which I think looks pretty cool and I'd love to learn to do it. Not sure if I can manage that in only a minute, but it might be a good start. Even if I can't do it properly in this first minute, I think this is something that I still want to learn how to do because, well, it just looks cool. How it works is you're actually juggling 2 balls in one hand and one in the other, and unlike in the 3-ball cascade, they never cross over each other. They just go up and down in their straight lines, like columns. It looks simple, but is it simple enough that I can learn to do it in only 1 minute? Well, there's only one way to find out. I think I'll try and start with just this hand and then see if I can sync up this other one later. Full disclosure, I have tried juggling 2 balls in one hand before. I can almost do it. Sometimes. Anyway, that's enough time talking. Let's actually get to learning this. Yeah, maybe I'm not quite as good at this as I thought I was. I can almost do that. Time to add in the 3rd one. No, come back! Ugh. Well, I don't think I got the technique quite right, but there we go. I sort of did it. Which trick or technique is your favourite so far? Let me know in the comments below. And feel free to make fun of my terrible juggling technique too. Well, I think it's time to move away from the regular juggling balls again and try something a little different. This trick will be extra challenging because the things I'm juggling with aren't only tiny, they're also cubes. I'll be attempting to juggle with dice. At the moment, my thoughts are that these will probably be similar to the marbles, but if anything, a little bit trickier just because of that different shape. I don't know why this matters, but it's time to find out whether they're easier or harder to juggle. Oops. Let's see if I can get lucky and learn how to juggle dice in a minute. My 60 seconds start now. Oh wow, alright. So it turns out juggling tiny square objects, well, I suppose they're cubes technically, but whatever. It's a lot trickier than juggling round ones for some reason. Oh no. 6! And that's time up. I think I got some decent bits in there where I actually managed to juggle them for a couple of seconds, so not too bad. Okay, time for one more actual proper juggling technique. This one's supposedly pretty basic and forms the basis for a lot of more difficult tricks, and it's called the flash. Pretty much what it is where you throw all the balls up in the air so you're not holding any, and then you catch them. Simple as that. Except it's not that simple because I don't know if I'll be able to move fast enough to get them all up there and then get in position to catch them. Plus, there's an extra level of difficulty. To really know if you've performed this trick properly, there has to be enough time for you to clap before the balls come back down and you catch them. So just to recap, that means throwing all the balls up, clapping, catching them, and then ideally continuing to juggle. Sounds like a lot to do in 60 seconds. Even though this is a fairly basic trick, I don't think I have the coordination or skills to master it in just 1 minute. But let's give it a go. My 60 seconds start now. Great start. Okay, just throw them up normally, but a lot faster. And then catch them, somehow. Wait, where am I even meant to... That was close. It wasn't, was it? Oh, so close. I think that was technically it. Didn't look very stylish or graceful or anything, but it worked. And I'm supposed to be throwing them up enough that I can clap before they come down. I'm nowhere near that. Told you I wasn't coordinated. And that's where I'll have to leave it because I'm out of time. Well, that went really well, didn't it? Okay, after that, I'm feeling like I need to lighten the mood a little bit. That's why this next one I'll be trying to do is the silliest one so far. I will be attempting to juggle chickens. No, not real ones. For some reason I decided it would be a good idea to try and juggle these little fluffy ones. You know, the ones that you might have seen as cheap Easter decorations or something. They might look cute and innocent and fluffy, but will they make good juggling balls? Well, I actually think they probably won't. They're really light, so they might just bounce out of my hands, making it really difficult to catch them and continue a juggling pattern. Plus, they're kind of weirdly shaped. No offense. Not ideal for juggling, but then again, maybe they are. There's no way of knowing what they'll be like until I actually try them. So, let's juggle some chickens? What have I got myself into? Oh well, time starts now. I guess I just start juggling the chickens? Oh, they're really light. This is weird. This actually works quite well. Oh. Well, it did. Still, this is a lot easier than some of the other things I've tried today. Maybe I should juggle with chickens more often. And that's time up. I don't know why I've done that. I don't know why you've just sat through that and forced yourself to watch me do that. But it's done now, so let's move on. Well, that was all a bit of fun and games, wasn't it? But now it's time to get serious. If you thought any of these ones were hard, you haven't seen anything yet, because the final trick I'll be attempting is to juggle blindfolded. Yeah, you can already tell this is going to go really well, can't you? There's not really much explanation needed here, is there? I'll be attempting the classic 3-ball cascade, except I won't be able to see anything. I know what you're thinking. How are you going to catch the balls then, Elena? And the answer is, I probably won't. Still, this should be a fun challenge to finish off my quest to learn 10 juggling tricks in 10 minutes. This is going to go horribly wrong, and I have no idea why I decided to do this to myself, but my final 60 seconds start now. Oh, I'm scared. I caught 2 of them! Where is the other one? I didn't think about this. Am I allowed to take it off to find it, or? Yeah, I think so. Okay, I'm back. Great. Oh, I don't know how I managed to catch two of them the first time. This is impossible. Oh, I got one. I think this might have to be the final one or I'll run out of time. Yeah, right, that's enough. Let's just forget about that terrible performance, because I mean, wow, I've just tried 10 new juggling tricks in 10 minutes. Okay, so some were a lot more successful than others, but you know, that's fine, that's gonna happen. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to give it a like. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you soon.